Alrighty, my name is Caleb Inkst. This is part 3 to the presentation on salmon done by Jennifer, Dominic, and I. So I'm going to go ahead and start off on slide number 6 and start with our impact on salmon. So we've got a few negative impacts to start here. One of them is overfishing. This one I highlighted as specifically being for king salmon because in recent years their numbers have dropped and the size of the fish have dropped. And we can really point that towards overfishing because that's one of the trophy fish you want to catch in Alaska. So people just always go to get those. Killing of females for their eggs because eggs are a really good bait to catch other salmon. So just killing the females specifically, they hold 2,000 to 5,000 eggs per fish. So you're killing that many fish when you kill a female. And then there's climate change, and that's going to increase the water temperatures, and if the water temperatures in the rivers are increased, it's going to make the fish spawn quicker and die quicker, maybe even before they can lay their eggs. Next, we got some positive impacts. We got stocking from hatcheries. They raise the fish, let them go, they go out to the ocean, they come back 4 or 5 years later. And this brings away the attention from the wild fish, so you can catch the hatchery fish, and then the wild fish can grow and lay more eggs, stuff like that. Regulations to shut down certain waterways, like for kings, they've shut down almost every single wild waterway. Only the hatchery raised salmon are the ones you're allowed to catch. Limit of fish, you can only keep usually about 3 a day for most fish. For kings, it's only 1 a day for like 5 a year. So you can't keep too many or else they're all going to be gone. And then you can only use certain lures like single hooks or lures. Sometimes you can't use bait because bait tends to be the way to trick fish easier. And then we got protection from Pebble Mine. That's the mine that wants to start a gold mine for other resources up near Lake Iliamna, which is the highest, has the highest number of sockeye salmon in the world. So if that gets built, then the drain off into all of the ponds could get into the rivers and waterways and kill all the salmon. It'd be terrible. And so there's some potential impacts. The Pebble Mine's one of the potential ones. We got invasive species. So there's a 6th type of salmon called an Atlantic salmon. It's not natural in Alaska. Alaska Department of Fish and Game says if you catch them, you should kill them and bring them to them so they can study them. And then there's northern pike, which we already know kill off a whole bunch of salmon because somebody else introduced them here. We got rehabilitation of the salmon population from regulations, so you don't allow them to get overfished, or you protect certain waterways, and then they can build their population back up. And then we got extinction of certain types, like kings in general, or maybe sockeyes at Bristol Bay, where Pebble Mine wants to be. Struggles for subsistence fishermen, like the natives who rely on these fish. If the numbers start going down, then they won't have enough food. And then struggles for animals such as bears, eagles, animals like that who rely on them. So then we got the conclusion. So overall, we've talked about there's 5 different kinds of salmon, but maybe 6 if the Atlantic salmon makes it up here, which would be bad. They all have different lifestyles, where they live, how long they live in the ocean. They're important for jobs and food throughout Alaska. They're important for the ecosystem, the bears, the eagles, the foxes, stuff like that. We have positive, negative, and possible future impacts on salmon. And then all in all, salmon are extremely important for Alaska as a whole.